Oh, hi there. I'm Ron Juckett, Uncle Ron, Retro Sports Network. You know all that stuff. All right. So instead of a live video tonight, I figured I would just do this. Give an update of where me and the wife are as we hit into, I guess it's 10 days since we had the first case reported in Vermont, and now it's 17. What's also would like your input on what you'd like at night on my twitch.tv channel and anything else. So let's go with the personal stuff first, because that's what most of you are going to want to know. Thanks to my mom, we have a lot of food, a lot of prepared food, as we wait for our night people to clear their 2 weeks of self-quarantine so they can come back to work. So it's one less thing for Sarah to worry about. The corned beef and potatoes and carrots, and Sarah had the cabbage. Were very, very good. God, that was really good. So that is all good. So we have a house full of food and prepared meals, and it's just going to make it very easy for Sarah to pop things in and take care of that as she fills in for the night staff while we wait for them to do their thing. We got probably the worst news that you could possibly get without the virus actually hitting our building or where Sarah, my wife, works, is that one of the local nursing homes up the street has a reported case of it as of tonight, St. Patrick's Day. If there was one thing that we did not want to happen in this city, was to have something that would hit an immediately vulnerable population and test the limits of what the emergency resources in Burlington, Vermont, and the state can do. Right now, it's just one resident, and I'm sure that resident has been taken up to the University of Vermont Medical Center, where that person will get the best treatment they possibly can. And now it's time to hope and pray that the staff of that facility and the other residents of that facility don't join that. We know what happened in Washington State when it went through a nursing home. We're just hoping that that is not the case here. But that, to me, that is, we knew that at some point the system in Vermont would be tested. And now we're going to get that test. And so there's kind of a hold your breath moment here where positivity kind of comes out the window, and now you're just hoping that they can control things the best that they can, because it's such a vulnerable population. Even with social distancing, there are still carriers from the people who do this work. And it's a very small and tight community of people who do the LNA, licensed nurses assistant work, or certified nurses assistant, depending on what part of the country you are. Where my wife works, they're called resident assistants, but they're all generally the same thing. Those people, even if they never show a symptom, are going to be carriers. Now, hopefully they are wearing masks and gowns and gloves anyway to limit the physical contact with these nursing home residents so it does not get spread. But this is, like I said, outside for my wife and I, outside of something happening in the building that I'm in or something in her facility. This is the moment. Someone asked me how many people in Vermont have been tested, and I think it's under 500. I'm not sure what the exact number is, but if you really want to know, you can just go to the Department of Health website. So that's where we are in this city tonight. Yup. This is not anything that we wanted to hear, and hopefully that those folks can get whatever the preventative measures in to test and to treat. It's a decent-sized facility. Not sure how many beds are up there. It's an older facility. It's changed hands a couple times, but this is not good. And so, thoughts and prayers and good wishes are with them. To my friends who are struggling to figure out paychecks and stuff like that, That's the other thing. The economic anxiety of all this is just through the roof. And to tell somebody it's got to be frightening to say, look, we're just waiting to see for the next 8 weeks what's going to happen. We're hoping by Mother's Day we'll have some sort of direction of where this is going to go, not only in Vermont but in Massachusetts, which is the hardest hit New England state, and across the country. There's lots of people I know who are work in service industries, as in restaurants and in hotels, and run small businesses, who'd like a little bit of clarification about what's going to happen and when some relief might come financially. You really can't expose different people to this. We're trying to keep people from the virus from spreading. But on the other hand, people need to know when they're going to get paid and paid their bills. So hopefully that can happen. We get some clarification from somebody sometime soon. If I were you, I'd contact the Small Business Association. If you ran a small business, I would just keep pressing away with your local politicians about trying to get something through Congress so you can actually get some money. And hopefully those checks will come sometime soon. As far as mental health is concerned, we're all going through this together. And it's rough because you look like there's going to be some positive news at one point, and then you kind of have the realization of, oh, really? This is happening? It just seems endless. And it does kind of feel endless. I know at least it feels endless to me. You have some good hours and some bad hours, and then hopefully you can find a way to de-stress, but that doesn't take away the fact that you worry about parents who might be exposed, or when your next paycheck's going to be, or when you can open up your business. I've sat there this evening reading all these things from the restaurants and bars that have closed along the state going, we can't reopen, or we can do limited takeout, or that, just trying to get through the next stage of all this without causing an absolute physical calamity. A friend of mine said, how much more of an economic calamity are we expected to take? And the answer is, these are the parts of being an adult that really, truly suck. Because it's hard decisions, and we're not going to know until the crisis is over just how well or just how poorly we all did with it. And again, that's another thing that just truly is horrible about all this, is we just don't know. But Tom Brady's going to get $30 million to go play for Tampa Bay. Do you really think that the Tampa Bay is a Super Bowl team? I don't, but I really don't watch a lot of modern football. So to wrap this up, just keep the faith. If you pray, pray. Check on your neighbors. Talk to other people. Tell each other that you love each other. It was so nice to give my mother a hug today. And then she sprayed me down with something. I don't know what the hell it was. But I got sprayed with something. And then we did a social distance picture to show that 6 feet is possible. Check on your neighbors. Again, use the internet to the best of your ability, and for local resources. If you feel helpless, there's places that could use volunteers. You drive a car, you can at least go pick up groceries and goodies for other people. That at least keeps you're doing some good there. Today was just a long day. We got the game in. I promise we'll do 2 streams tomorrow. We'll do a baseball game at noon and a stream at 7 o'clock. For those who want to watch the nighttime streams, what is it that you want to see? I need to know, and then I can kind of plan accordingly on where to go from there. But again, remember, we're all in this together. And if you need to talk, find someone to talk to. If you're a personal friend of mine, I would love to talk to you and tell you that things are going to be reasonably okay. And I can't promise anything. We can at least share a couple off-color jokes and all of that. Okay? Be good to each other. Relax if you can. It will get better. I don't know when it'll get better, But hopefully the weather will get better and we can at least get a chance to spend some time outside. Remember, this is all about trying to make sure that we're all get through this together in one piece. And hopefully soon we can talk about recovery for everything, our finances, our psyches, and actually talking about other sports such as, can Tom Brady really win a Super Bowl in Tampa? All right, we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.